you know, when it comes to like sports and entertainment, when you see something you're gonna remember forever, you just gotta sit in that moment. Like, so last night, like, I keep this to myself a lot because people always make fun of me, but you gotta be yourself and just not care. So like when I was in inpatient rehab, I saw they had Peacock, and I was like, man, WrestleMania is on here. Finally got the courage. I just turned it on, and then, of course, people were making fun of me. Oh, you're watching wrestling, because we all had to share a TV. And I was like, yep, I got the remote. And then people who were usually in their rooms or stuff, word got around that I was watching wrestling, and the whole living room was packed. People that never socialized and stuff were, wrestling fans. So we all, watched the triple threat match with Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns, and we were all shocked at the ending. Then the next night, we were all hyped up for John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Like, everyone knew John Cena. He's been around forever. So like people who don't usually watch wrestling, whatever's like, well, we gotta watch him. I haven't seen him in forever. Of course, the ending shocked us and seeing this side of him, but we were all. It was like one of those moments, like we just witnessed history, like 17 championships, woo, Ric Flair, and like beating him and his record, and I just one of those like, man, we just saw history. This is great. And then last night when Cena was doing his promo, just kind of like, we get to see the last year of him, and he has a moment like this. Like, dude, I'm gonna remember this forever. Like when Kobe Bryant's last game, 60 points, the comeback win. People forget about that part. The team was losing. Kobe in the fourth quarter took over like Kobe does, and had that historic, last game. Can't top that. John Cena's having his last run and having the most fun, and like watching Dale Earnhardt Sr. win the '98 Daytona 500. Like finally, it was just one of those moments. Everyone just stood in line and gave him high fives when he was driving back, and like those kind of moments. Like it's the older you get, the more you appreciate it. It's like, man, I'm never gonna see this again. And you just like out of body experience. It's like, I gotta appreciate these kind of moments. Like obviously you should appreciate your own. But when it comes to sports and entertainment and stuff like that, like even something small like seeing like Leo finally win an Oscar. He's been nominated 5-6 times. He finally went to one. I was like, finally, dude. Like, or Joaquin Phoenix. Like, I feel like he sure won one for Walk the Line. He won one for Joker. And think about like his brother River and stuff like that. I was like, finally, he gets his moment. Like, appreciating other people's moments, but witnessing people overcome so much and just have their moments, like one of those, this is a great feeling, like even NBA Finals, Game 7 tomorrow, two teams who have never won the championship, Oklahoma City, used to be the Seattle Supersonics, and then Indiana Pacers. And growing up, I was a huge Reggie Miller fan. Seeing him just go crazy, as a fan or whatever, it's like, man, I wish he could just be on that team, just hit a couple threes, talk smack, and all that kind of stuff. He was so big in the late '90s and early 2000s. I wish the Pacers. I hope they win, and it'd be cool if they should just give him a ring, Reggie Miller, just because I know he, as a competitor, will be like, I'll take it, but at the same time, I don't earn it, kind of thing. He deserves it, that's for sure. But just seeing these kind of things, we haven't had a Game 7 in 10 years, and obviously the last Game 7 was the Cavs coming back 3-1 against the Warriors, the most wins ever in a season, and that comeback from the Cavs, LeBron's block and Kyrie's three. I remember just sitting there, like time froze. Like I just saw Cleveland win the championship. Cleveland, the city of Cleveland, like Browns never won. The Indians had the 3-1 lead on the Cubs and choked. And just seeing, I'm from Ohio, so like I don't like Cleveland sports teams, but at the same time I was happy for Cleveland, for Ohio. I was like, dude, they deserve it. Even as a Lakers fan, I'm not a huge LeBron fan, but like over time you respect them. So like I respect LeBron to be killing it at his age. Even John Cena, I respect that he's doing his last year and like turn heel and doing like seeing him do his promo last night, seeing him have fun. As the fans went boo, all of a sudden started, yeah, dude, because he was just being him. And that's what got him this far. That's what got him 17 championships. Being himself, the most Make-A-Wish foundations, stuff like that. He's obviously a good guy, and respect is the biggest word, like, for real. Like, the older you get, the more you appreciate things. Like, you used to always hate Tom Brady, stuff like that. And then the older I get, the older he gets, I respect it. It's like, dude, he's a killer, dude. Like when he went to the Bucks and won, it's like, all right, dude, he's the greatest. It is what it is. I'm a Packers fan. I love Aaron Rodgers, even with all of his drama. It's like, I wish I could say he was the greatest, but he's only been to one Super Bowl. That's crazy. But anyways, wish him luck. Hope Pittsburgh does all right. It would be cool if the Packers played them in the Super Bowl again and with the same result. But just appreciating the moment. Just that when something's happening, just try to take it in and just, I'm not even on my phone. Like, it's something I know I'm not going to forget. I'm not worried about, I got to take a picture or record this. I'm just like, I can't believe I'm witnessing greatness, a comeback, inspiration, motivational, whatever. I felt that last night. I was like, this is CM Punk's promo how many years ago was cool, but like, this is like taking his promo and upping it, which is, wow, takes a lot. Obviously, to me, CM Punk's great on the mic. He's more like, I want to hear him talk more than I want to see him wrestle. And John Cena could do both, And those two are great. They had great matches back in the day. I'm pretty sure they haven't won 5-star match, which is hard to get in WWE. But that's cool. It's I can't wait to watch it. Hopefully, I probably won't watch it live, but still, it's cool. The only WrestleMania I seen live was when I was in rehab, and like I had to like get over the anxiety. It's like, I know people are gonna make fun of me and talk crap to me. F it. I'm gonna see history, and then other people were happy that I had the cojones the marbles to to put on the TV, because a lot of people joined us like, oh man, I'm so glad you changed. I wanted to see this so bad, and I'm glad we got to experience that together. There's good fellowship, good bonding. So it's hard to, shouldn't care what people think and stuff like that. It's easier said than done. Something I'm working on, but still, like, it was worth it, for sure. Seeing history, and I like to see stuff live. So I'm definitely watching Game 7 tomorrow. I hope Indiana wins, but either way, it's a win-win. A new teams winning their first championship. Both small market teams. Team that's better than Boston and I don't know, Dallas or something. I'm not gonna say Lakers because I'm a Lakers fan. Of course, I'd love to see that, but it's cool to see small market teams make it, and one of them is actually gonna win. That's cool. Just how many. I just love moments like that where you're just like, I can't believe it's a privilege, it's an honor, to see stuff like that. So knowing that tomorrow is going to be history, I hope it's a close game. I hope Indiana does some cool comeback. They definitely rewrote history. Their comebacks have been unreal, so underrated, so overrated apparently, and Halliburton or whatever, and just I hope he makes a game-winning shot, and just they deserve it. And hey, you know what? So does the Thunder. They deserve it too. They're young, and just they're top seed for a reason. So I hope they both have a cool moment. But I feel like this is something we need to see. Kind of inspirational. Just doesn't matter if you're part of a big company or a small company. You have the same. You can do it. You can overcome all the odds. You don't have to get all the attention or be talked about. But at the end, like, how'd you get here? How are you on top? Work hard, and results will come. People might not notice all the hard work until you achieve it, but hey, it makes it feel that much better. People are like, I can't believe, where did you come from? Like, you've been putting the work in, and you get that moment. So, metaphor, real life, get your moment, work for it, and then, when you see someone else having their moment, just take it in. I'm like, I want that feeling for me, but right now I'm going to embrace their feeling and their moment and just live in it. Like, I think it's cool. So I just wanted to share that with you. Peace.